The Outsider is the newest HBO series. It's an adaptation of Stephen King's best-selling novel. In The Outsider, there's a boy who's been brutally murdered, and all the evidence points to Jason Bateman's character. But after finding new clues and doing more investigation, we found out that it's not actually Jason Bateman who's done this crime. It is something else, but we don't know what it is. Before I get into it, I want to say this review is going to have full spoilers for Season 1 of The Outsider. It's not going to be a play-by-play thing. It's just going to have spoilers. You know now. You've been warned. I want to say right off the bat, the first 2 episodes of this series were fantastic. It was one of the best pilots I've ever seen. I was instantly invested with all the characters that were presented, and I was very invested with the story, and I had so many questions. The first episode where we see this boy get brutally murdered, they don't show it, but you see the aftermath of it, and how the episode is edited, it points that Jason Bateman definitely did it. You're like, there's no question, this guy definitely did it. But then, as more clues are thrown your way, you find out they didn't actually do it. It was so well done. And in the second episode, Jason Bateman gets killed, and then it raises even more questions. How this happened? What is even going on? And then, unfortunately, the show really starts to slow down. I will say episodes 3 and 4, I think, are still pretty interesting. When we're introduced to Holly, which is a very great character. Probably my favorite character in the whole show, most interesting and very well acted. And also the episode where she's in the bathtub looking at like El Cuckoo and the boogeyman stuff, I thought was very interesting too, and was very chilling and terrifying. The show is very depressing. There are very depressing elements throughout the show. I even made jokes about it in the first show. I was like, oh, this is very uplifting. Like, every single time something bad happens, the family, like I know they said like they feed off of sadness or whatever. The family goes through like hell. Everyone basically gets killed at some point in some horrible way. And I also like how, as the show's progressing, you kind of realize this is like a realistic and well done tale of the boogeyman in like a drawn out series. And I love that. I love the idea of that. Unfortunately though, like I said, it's drawn out a little too much. It really starts to slow down. This show could have benefited way more if it was 8 episodes. The show is compared a lot to True Detective. Kind of how it takes place in a small town, how it's shot. I think True Detective is shot a lot better. I get the comparisons, like True Detective with a supernatural element. True Detective was 8 episodes. They should have made this 8 episodes. There's a lot of things that could have been shaved down. The example I can think of on the top of my head is in the second to last episode, that whole storyline about those kids getting trapped in the cave and those people getting killed because the cave collapsed. That could have been shortened down completely. You didn't even have to show that story. They basically showed that to show that the cave can collapse in the finale. You could have taken that whole thing out. The storyline with the dickhead cop that gets possessed by the boogeyman, the one with the sniper that starts killing everyone in the finale, is an interesting story. I was very interested when they ever cut to him, but sometimes it really dragged out too. And I got the idea, like he's possessed by this thing and he can't take it anymore. I get it. But some of it did kind of drag out. Like the episode where he kidnaps Holly, I thought really dragged out. I really like Ben Mendelsohn's character, how he's dealing with the death of his son. I thought that was very touching stuff. But some of that even dragged out a little bit too much. Dare I say there's maybe too much characterization, which I never thought I would say. That's like halfway through the series. Things drag out with the characterization and some plot elements that really slowed down the show a lot and honestly made it worse because of that. And then the finale. We'll talk about the finale now. The shootout part was great. I thought like that was very intense. I was seeing characters getting killed that I didn't think were going to get killed. Like the lawyer, who I liked a lot. I didn't think he was going to get killed. Holly's boyfriend from House of Cards, you knew it. Like, come on. Everyone saw that coming. Then when they're in the cave, I found it very underwhelming how everything played out. I actually thought it would have been a better ending if they were in the cave with this boogeyman thing. They realized that they can't kill this thing. They basically have to trap it. And there could have been some cool sacrifice with Holly and Ben Mendelsohn's character where they just have the cave collapse in on itself. It would have justified dragging out that dumb storyline the episode before. So I think that would have been a better ending. But no, they kill the boogeyman. So what do we think? Get Terry Maitland exonerated. Then we'll get in that post-credit scene now. I hate it. I really don't like this post-credit scene. Ooh, Holly got scratched. She doesn't know. Ooh. First of all, if Holly got scratched, she would have fucking known. She would have known. She made a big deal in like episode 6 or whatever when Ben Mendelsohn's character didn't tell her that she saw someone get scratched on camera. So she would have fucking knew if she got scratched any of those times during the cave or even the shootout. She would have known. And I'm assuming this takes place like a week later, like when she's sitting in a room. That scratch looks like new. It looks like it's fresh. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just looked brand new, and that wouldn't look right. It really felt like the studio didn't know if there was going to be a season 2, but they wanted to make sure it was open-ended that they could have a season 2, so we're going to make this scene real quick, and we're going to put in the post-credit scene. We're not even putting the episode, we're putting the post-credit scene. And everyone's like, oh my god, it's season 2, like, oh my god, this is going to be so crazy. I thought that was dumb. It honestly kind of pissed me off. Thought it was stupid. But in the end though, Outsiders Season 1, I thought had a fantastic start. One of the best plots I've ever seen, and then a great follow-up episode after that. And then it unfortunately takes a different turn and slows down completely. There are just points in the middle episodes where I felt like I was watching the same thing over and over again. Oh, Holly's in this new city. It's the same thing that happened. This kid got killed, but this person didn't actually do it. Let's go to the next city. Same thing again. Felt like that whole thing just really dragged out. It wasn't like we were learning anything really new. We were learning things that we already knew, but just in different ways. That's what really dragged out the show, which makes me think if it was 8 episodes long, or maybe even shorter than that, it would have been a really more compelling story and a better series. I did find the finale somewhat underwhelming, and I really hated the post-credit scene. I'm going to give Season 1 of The Outsiders a 7. You would have thought I gave this a worse rating because I kind of shitted on it, like, this whole review. But I did think the story was interesting. Like, I liked how it's like the boogeyman, and those first 2 episodes were great. And everyone does a great job acting and stuff, and it does remind me of True Detective in a way. It is shot well. But, like I said before, it had such great potential, but it took all the wrong decisions. So, Season 1 of The Outsider. Please let me know if you guys have seen it, and let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Click here to see more of Davey Dave's Takes.